Hi! So it's been a few days since I've been back from the trip, and as I was editing the videos, I realized that I filmed barely anything on the last day. So I'm gonna put the little clip of what I filmed, and then I'm gonna explain some things. Good morning, I'm already all packed, the suitcase is already in the hallway, and I'm gonna have breakfast now, so I can leave. I'm in line for the airport bus now. I'm finally waiting to board after a very stressful trip to the airport. I'm already on the bus on the way to the city center. My flight landed on time. I arrived in Turin and I will stay here tonight and finish the trip tomorrow. So first thing I want to explain is the weather. It was unusually cold when I was there. It was the last week of August and it was about like 10 to 12 degrees Celsius in the early morning, and then it went up to 18, 20 during the day, and then at night it dropped down again to maybe 14, 16. So I did end up having to buy a sweatshirt because I was not prepared for that weather, although I was happy with it because I don't like the heat. But if someone's planning a trip in August, I'd still recommend packing summer clothes and then maybe bring 1 or 2 sweatshirts just in case, because that's not normal. I saw people that were there the week before and the week after I was, and they were all complaining about the heat. So I would not plan for cold weather. I'd plan for hot weather and bring something warm just in case. Next thing is the trip back to Beauvais airport. I mentioned in the video that it was stressful, but I never explained why. So here's why. The buses are scheduled according to the flight times. They leave the airport 20 minutes after every flight lands, and they leave Paris 3 hours before every flight departs. So on the website, they tell you to take the bus 3 hours before your flight. The problem was that I did not realize that they don't board the buses according to your flight time. You just get to the station and get in line, and they get the bus full according, like you go first come, first served basis. And as the bus is full, they leave and then you wait for the next one. And I didn't know that. So I arrived at like 9:50 and my bus was supposed to leave at 9:55. But that one was already full, and then that one left, and then there was one at 10:10, which was also got full before I got in, and then that left, and I ended up taking the 10:30 bus. The problem is my flight was supposed to leave at 12:50, I think, and boarding was supposed to end at 12:30. And it takes an hour and a half to get to the airport. So I arrived at the airport at noon, like a little after noon, and I had to run to go through security. It's a good thing that it's a small airport, so it was easy to get through security. Everything was fast, and luckily I made it, but it was like I was right on time. Well, actually, that's not true, because as I got in line, they were starting to board, so I think I still had about 15 minutes or so. But it was stressful because I wasn't sure if I was gonna make, I wasn't sure how long security was gonna take. And even the bus, they say it's about an hour and a half, but if you hit traffic, then it takes longer. So the whole thing was very, very stressful. I made it in the end and it was fine, but I would not recommend it. If you're flying out of Beauvais, I'd recommend you get to the station maybe 3.5, 4 hours before your flight, so you can get on the earlier bus and get there with plenty of time. I mean, I don't think there's anything to do at the airport, but it's better to sit there for an hour doing nothing than be rushing and afraid you're gonna miss your flight. So in conclusion, I don't know if I recommend Beauvais airport. I mean, if the price difference is very big, then yeah, it's worth it. But if it's just a small difference, then I'd say just fly to another airport with easier transportation, because it takes so long and you end up depending on the bus. To arrive, it's fine because then I didn't have anywhere to be, so you take as long as it takes and that's fine. But to go back, it was very stressful to get there on time for the flight. So I don't know if I'd do it again. And I do have another trip planned in December, and I'm thinking about taking the train and see if it's better, or I will look up flights to the other airports. I don't think I will do Beauvais again. And the last thing that I wanted to mention is that I stayed in Turin overnight the day I arrived, and I don't think anybody cares about this, but I was planning on going to the cinema to watch a movie, but I ended up falling asleep and didn't go anywhere. So that's also why I didn't film anything else. And the next day I just took the train home, and I also didn't film that because I didn't think it was anything interesting. And that's it. Like I said, I do have another trip planned in December over Christmas, so I will probably post it in January. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Bye.